Hello, this is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. So happy to be joined by my friend Camille Burch, who is Marketing Director with Neoti. We're going to be talking today about large format displays, which of course is the topic in April of our large format display deep dive. And Neoti, of course, is a leading large format display company. So who better to talk to than you, Camille, to talk about the latest trends and what is capturing attention these days in the category. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Dan. Great to see you again.
And you as well. So the first thing I want to do is give people some context for who Neoti is. Do you want to talk a little bit about the company, what its differentiators are, and why it is getting so much attention these days?
Sure. Thanks, Dan. We actually, a lot of people think we're a new company because they haven't heard of us, but we were founded in 2006, initially as a rental and staging company. And our owner and CEO, Derek Myers, spent many a moon running around the country setting up rental and staging rigs. Well, people started wanting to buy them. So that's what transitioned him into digital signage and large format displays, which he really started in earnest in that business in 2016, but we've been around about 17 years. So we got initially, just by stroke of luck, got entrenched with the broadcast industry. So that's really where we are well known. People know our name, but then recently we have been venturing out, as you allude to, and getting more notoriety in the pro AV space. And so we take those same mission critical factors that are important to broadcast: brightness levels, always on, ease of installation, world-class support, those things, and translate all those over to the pro AV industry. And, you know, being a US-based company, that's really a key differentiator. We answer our phones anytime, day or night. We have a team in the Midwest that we can deploy for quick projects. So I would say our service and support are really the thing that sets us apart. And our world-class displays are not too shabby either, I will say that.
So I do want to talk about a keyword you used and that I used as well, which is large format display.
Mm-hmm.
This deep dive is talking specifically about those larger format, more dazzling applications, which Neoti, of course, is very strong in. When we think about digital signage, you might think about like a church or a synagogue or a mosque display talking about the next prayer service. But when I think large format display, I'm thinking perhaps retail, I'm thinking about stadiums, I'm thinking about the kinds of things where people look at it and go, wow. And I think especially post-pandemic, a lot of people are looking for something that's kind of a magnet to draw them out of their home, something they can't experience in their home. Is that an opportunity from Neoti's perspective, the idea that people are looking for displays to dazzle them and wow them? And that's exactly the kind of thing that you can do.
Well, you're exactly right, Dan. And that's very important to us too. We really want to deliver an end product that connects with people and gives them an experience that they can't have at home. And so we've done a lot of really interesting installations in that regard. And one I can think of is we did the ceiling of a museum in Indianapolis recently. And the entire ceiling of the museum is covered with LED, and it's continually a looping of format of content that starts with clouds, and then you have the sun, and then you have the stars. And we have seen people in that museum just lay on their backs and stare at that ceiling. And that's an experience you won't get at home, you know. So I'm on board with you there. And the really cool thing about all that is the cost has come way down. So places that previously, I can give you an example, like in schools, it used to be you might do a lobby or a stadium or a training room, auditorium. Now we're putting LED in classrooms because the cost has dropped. So these are all examples of how people who maybe in the past thought that large format was cost prohibitive, they need to look again, because things are changing in the marketplace, and LED delivers a result that projection can't. You know, it's superior quality. It's great in ambient light. You don't have to deal with reflective issues. And so all those things I think merit a second look to create user experiences that truly wow people.
In our large format display deep dive report, we have a great deal of content talking about the continued ascendance of direct view LED, prices coming down, as you say, penetration into more vertical markets, because that value proposition is becoming much, much clearer. So I think people are really going to enjoy that. And obviously Neoti is at the forefront of that movement as well. If people wanted to learn more about Neoti, about your products, about your technologies, about your case studies and applications, what would be the best place for someone to go? How can people learn more about this exciting company?
Well, they can certainly drop in on our website at www.neoti.com. They could email me, c.burch@neoti.com. That's c.burch@neoti.com. But I also want to encourage people to come to CI Expo, because we are going to not only have a booth at your event, but we're also doing a couple of training sessions. And we are going to be doing an entry-level boot camp and an intermediate level boot camp for people that want to learn more about LED. And we'll also be at Infocom and at NAB with a booth. So that would be my recommendation.
Well, talk about a company continuing to dramatically increase its profile. I'm looking forward to seeing you at all of those shows, especially, of course, at Commercial Integrator Expo. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Neoti continues to leverage the benefits of DVLED and its ascendance in the industry to deliver these kinds of outstanding experiences, these dazzling experiences that the large format deep dive is all about.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Dan, for having me. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to meeting a lot of people very soon.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you soon, Camille. So happy to have been joined by Camille Burch, who is Marketing Director with Neoti. My name is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief with Commercial Integrator. Please check back on commercialintegrator.com throughout the month of April for more content pertaining to our large format display deep dive. Looking forward to seeing you back on the site very soon.